Hey, what's up? It's Valar. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Thank you so much. This channel is like above 1,300 subscribers. This last month's actually been my best month ever. We grew it by over 400 subs. I had a lot of cool things going on. I really want to thank everybody. I really want to hope everybody's doing okay. And hopefully none of this crap is affecting too many of you guys too badly. So I just wanted to reach out, say that heartfelt to you guys, and also say thank you very much. Today's video, Aurelius. I don't think he's related to Marcus Aurelius, but anyway, he's he's the guy that actually gave me an idea, so I'll give him credit for it. And he just actually said, "Why don't you do something showing Tomb Lord versus Stag Knight?" So I thought, heck, that's a good idea actually. Tomb Lord and Stag Knight are actually both really, really good. So I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression in this video. They are very good. However, they have somewhat similar uses in a couple different dungeons. So I wanted to showcase them in that. I kind of talk about where I think both would be the best and where I think you would use one over the other type of thing. So do me a favor before doing all that. Please subscribe to the channel. We're going quick, so hopefully within a couple months, I can get it above 2,000 subscribers, because once I get above 2,000 subscribers, Plarium's going to give me gems that I can give to you guys, which was typically going to be about once a month. If we get above 5,000 subs, so that's actually, we would be able to do it, I believe, every 2 weeks. So that's actually really cool. Anyway, okay, all that crap's out of the way now. So let's actually... let's look at how I've built my Tomb Lord and how I've built my Stag Knight. I actually did showcases on both of these guys independently in other videos, so if you want to go check them out, they're on there. They're both good. There's a couple things. We'll just go over Tomb Lord real quick. So Tomb Lord actually to me is a little bit undervalued, though. Tomb Lord is a great champion. I had him in the vault for the longest time, and I just thought he was a Vault Guardian. He really is not a Vault Guardian. He has very specifically good uses, but the problem is he's not top tier, I would say, in anything. But anyway, I'll show you how I have him built. So this is actually his total stats. I'll show you the total stats, masteries, and then the gear on each of them. So 35,000 HP, 3,600 attack. His damage actually scales off attack, even though he's a support champion. But he doesn't do much damage anyway. 210 speed, 125 crit, which is ridiculous. I don't know. I got to change that because I only need to have 100% crit and 123% crit damage and 313 accuracy. And then his masteries, I did get Giant Slayer because I wanted to test him in Clan Boss. I don't actually use him in Clan Boss at all right now. And that's one area I would say that if you were going to use either one of these in Clan Boss, which I'm not going to showcase in this video, Tomb Lord is going to be far superior in Clan Boss, except his cooldowns are not... That's the issue. So his cooldowns are way high. But I do have Giant Slayer on him and all the somewhat usual stuff, Master Hexer, Sniper, and the accuracy stuff as well. And then that's pretty much it. So you want to get as much accuracy as you can on him, because what he does, his A1 hits 3 times. So that's nice. It's a 3-hitter. That's why you want the Giant Slayer there. Decrease speed on the target for 2 turns if he crits. So you want to build him with 100% crit because you need him to crit. Because all of his abilities are basically tied to how much he crits. This is just attacks one enemy. That part's pretty lame, but that's not the main part of this ability. Has a 70% chance that you can book up to a 95% chance again. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what's up with it. That's the same thing as... Wait. No, so that's 100%. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Stag Knights is 95%. So this is actually 100%. So if you book it, it's on a 4-turn cooldown. But if you book it, you would be able to put on 70% chance of placing 2 5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 1 turn. If he crits, 70% chance of placing 4 poison debuffs on all enemies for 1 turn. So I think one of 2 things should change here. They should change this down to either a 3 or a 2-turn cooldown. I prefer a 2-turn cooldown. It only lasts for 1. Or the other thing I think they could change is, instead of the poison lasting for only 1 turn, or you can last for at least 2 turns. So realistically, I don't know if they're going to change it super big, but that's one of the things I would want them to do. Or potentially even make this an AoE that hits everybody too. So instead of it just being a one hitter, it's actually an AoE hit that places all the poisons too. Ideally on a 3-turn cooldown that lasts for 2 turns. That would make it insane. That would actually be the ideal. Would be a 3-turn cooldown and poisons lasting for 2 turns. That would be my suggestion to change it. Doubt it will ever happen, but that's kind of what my wish list would be, right, for him. This is another ability that makes him really cool. However, the problem with this ability is on a 6-turn cooldown. Now, you can book it to a 5-turn cooldown, essentially because you can reset turn meter. You can say it's a 4-turn cooldown or a 5-turn cooldown anyway, but that's okay. But he does reset the turn meter of all enemies with less than 50% HP, and then there's the 80% chance, which you can book to 100%, of getting the decreased attack buff on all enemies for 2 turns, and also an 80% chance of placing the decreased defense, both the higher versions on all enemies for 2 turns, and gets an extra turn if an enemy's turn meter is reset by the skill. So that's good, but the cooldown is too high. So ideally what I would think is they should at least make this a 4-turn cooldown. That maybe you could book to a 3-turn cooldown. I don't know if that's too OP, but I don't feel like it is. So I feel like this should actually be a 4-turn cooldown that books down to a 3-turn cooldown. The other one should be a 4-turn cooldown that books down to a 3-turn cooldown as well. So anyway, and then his aura is increased ally defense in the arena by 42%. That's a pretty nice arena defense aura. But at the higher end of the arena, I feel like Tomb Lord is outshined a bit, but the defense aura is great. He's not useless in arena by any means whatsoever. But that's not where he shines. I feel like Tomb Lord's main purpose is actually dungeons and maybe even clan boss, which I am going to try to run him in a Vizier comp. Right now, all of the affinities are magic in Brutal, Nightmare, and Ultra Nightmare, so I'm not going to use either one of these guys in the clan boss right now. But I did want to try out Tomb Lord in a future video with Vizier, because I have Vizier, to see about how they do there. So anyway, then we'll look at Stag Knight here. So I forgot to show you the gear, excuse me. So let me show you the gear he has on the bottom here. Crit rate, 60% crit rate gloves, attack percentage chest, speed boots. Got this piece here, which rolled pretty good HP with attack. Crit damage here with some accuracy, and an accuracy banner with some nice speed too. And then this had double crit rate on the roll, double crit rate on the roll there. Speed, pretty nice shield there actually, with some crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy too. So pretty good pieces I've got on him. And then Stag Knight, let's look at the overall build for him. Stag Knight is 35,000, 3,900 defense. And then I was building him to potentially try him out in the Clan Boss 2, which I don't think you should. I think in my video I might even show that he's not that great in Clan Boss. That's not his main thing. But this is the build I have on him right now. I want more crit rate on him and more crit damage as well. But I have him in lifesteal gear, so I'll just show the gear real quick before I forget. Defense, speed, and I just put him as fast as I could with actually putting a lot. Wow, that's a pretty nice ring there, actually. That sucks how that rolled, but hey, that's what I had. And then accuracy. But his stuff also scales off of attack. I did fully book him. He's got this 2-hitter. Each hit has 30% chance of placing a decreased speed buff for 2 turns. So both of them decrease speed on their A1. Tomb Lord is a 3-hitter. But this is actually booked up to 50% right here. And then attacks all enemies with a 95% chance of placing the decreased defense and a 75% chance of doing decreased attack. But it's on a 3-turn cooldown. So it lasts for 2 turns and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. So this is actually superior to Tomb Lord, if you ask me. Although it doesn't do all the resetting a turn meter. And Tomb Lord has poisons and things like that too. So there's advantages to both. But this is they're both spirit. They both do the big versions of decreased attack and decreased defense in one ability. His is better though. He's an epic. He's easier to book up. I haven't used a single book on Tomb Lord. Stag Knight in this particular capacity to me is better and shines more. And then also has this pretty cool passive that places a 50% increased accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. Now he also has only 2 abilities, so it'd be kind of neat to try him out like a reflex set. I don't have much reflex gear though. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you the masteries here. I got War Master on him, and then same stuff with the accuracy, Sniper, Master Hexer, all that good old stuff. And then we showed you the artifacts, we showed the skills. So what I'm going to do now is actually, I want to show a run using both of them in Golem and see which one's better, and then show a run using both of them in Fire Knight and see which one's better. Because I actually think that's where these guys' main like show is. Like where they shine the best is Fire Knight and Golem, both of them actually. So here we go. Let's actually go into Golem because we got a Golem tournament going on right now. I'm not gonna have you sit through the whole Golem run. I'll clip to the end. I'll clip to the end of it. But we got Tomb Lord in there right now, so let's put Tomb Lord in. Let's compare how they do. Tomb Lord's resetting turn meter is nice actually though, so that's an extra mechanic that you get to face against the bosses because he can lower the turn meter of either boss too. So that part is actually kind of cool that Stag Knight does not have. So Tomb Lord has a little more utility in his kit. It's just that his cooldowns suck. So if they did what I'm proposing with the cooldowns, I do absolutely believe Tomb Lord can be close to top tier if they did that actually. He's probably like high end of, well, mid tier. I won't say he's high end of mid tier, but to me, Tomb Lord is not a Vault Guardian. He's absolutely 100% useful, but he's not top tier either. But I mean, you're going to see like, well, first of all, mine died pretty easily with 40,000 HP too. But hey, that's all right. So let's actually go in. This is going to take, we're almost done with this actually. So I'll see what happens in the beginning. Hopefully we can actually survive a little bit better here. So there we go. Tomb Lord did that. I've got Rotos in here, of course, who's just the insane slayer of Ice Golem. Since I pulled double Rotos, I don't even know why I'm going to run this anymore. I'll just run double Rotos. All right. Well, I lost two of my guys there. So there we go. Now Arbiter raised them up, but they're so thin on health. I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, man. All right. And, okay. So did he reset any turn meter? No, but he placed the decreased defense, decreased attack, and there's a speed down, but I don't think it was from Tomb Lord, if I'm not mistaken there. So he decreased the turn meter right there. So that was good, but I think that decrease of turn meter was actually from the Mastery proc, not from the ability proc, because that was just his 3-hitter. But all right, so let me pause it and then come back in at the end, and then we'll do the same thing with Stag. Okay, so there we go with Tomb Lord. We got through it in 2 minutes and 28 seconds. He did about 323,000 damage. Again, not his main purpose, though, but he did okay. I mean, he wasn't bad. What do we get here? That's pretty meh, actually. So sell that. And now we're going to run Stag Knight here. So let's just go through here, replace Tomb Lord with Stag Knight, and here we go. I will actually just have it run for the first wave here and then come back in when we're at the Golem. But I do feel like Stag Knight is actually better in the Golem. There's reasons for that. Just because, I don't know, I feel like he does a little bit more damage even though he has less crit rate. And his cooldown's lower with the decreased defense, so it gets you to the wave quick. And just to show that, it took us about, well, it's probably going to take us about the same, just under it actually. Okay, it took about 20 seconds less with Stag Knight to get through both waves. That's because his decreased defense and decreased attack ability is an AoE, and it's also on a 3-turn cooldown. So, and it lasts for 2 turns, right? So that part's actually good, whereas Tomb Lord's on a much higher cooldown. So what's going to happen is he's going to place it in the first wave, no matter what dungeon you're using him. And then you're going to have a problem typically on the second wave, because you get through the first wave, but the second wave will actually make it so you're going to have a little bit of a stall there. So to me, for wave clearing, actually, Stag Knight is actually better, except for what I'm going to do something with Tomb Lord in Fire Knight. So all day long, my opinion is, and hey, everybody's different. They're both good. But all day long, my opinion is in Golem, I would use Stag Knight over Tomb Lord. So let's just see what happens here. We're toward the end, so it was about 2.5 minutes. I actually kind of think it's going to take about the same, maybe a little bit less, because we're at like 1:50 right now. And it's not just Tomb Lord, it's the, we got freaking Rotos and everything too. So to be fair, it's not all just Tomb Lord and versus Stag Knight here. But Stag Knight did save about 30 seconds on the run all because of the waves there. The damage is actually kind of similar, actually, but it's all about the cooldown. And I feel like wave clearing is better with Stag Knight. That's a sell. All right, now we will go into Fire Knight. Fire Knight 20, which takes me about 4 minutes to clear. I don't have it down super speedy or anything. But here's where I think Tomb Lord is better in Fire Knight. It depends on what you have, but I also have Xavia because Xavia can pop all those poisons that he sets off. So she sets her own poisons off, and then he's got a lot of poisons. So when she does her Deadly Catalyst, it could just nuke a whole bunch of things down. But Tomb Lord is, I just feel like more reliable in Fire Knight. And plus, he got the 3-hitter. I feel like his kit, he's a god in Fire Knight, is actually my opinion. So top tier for Fire Knight, he's absolutely top tier. If you get Tomb Lord, no matter what, put him in your Fire Knight team. And if you don't, he's good in your Golem team as well. It's just that I think Stag Knight is better. So there's a whole bunch of poisons there. I don't know if she has it. I think she already used her ability. But that's what I was talking about. With all this stuff up here, if she had Deadly Catalyst off, that would just kill each one of these. But unfortunately, it's still on cooldown. So anyway, I'm not going to have you sit through this whole run. I'm going to come back in at the end. We're going to do the same thing with Stag Knight, and then we're going to call it. All right, here we go toward the end. We're about a 3-minute run here, which is good. For me, like I said, it's about average of 4 minutes, but Tomb Lord did his job big time there. He did about 400,000 damage. So, and he did a bunch of resetting a turn meter. He's got the 3-hitter and everything. And the decreased defense, decreased attack, all that stuff. So Tomb Lord's actually very, very good. Man, I wish this had some different substats and stuff. But anyway, so in my opinion, Tomb Lord probably, we'll see, because Stag Knight could outdo him right here. We'll see. So we did about a 3-minute run, let's call it there. I think with Stag Knight, it's going to be a 4-minute run. So just like the opposite there, in Golem, you should use Stag Knight because he's going to actually cut your runs versus Tomb Lord of about 30 seconds or so. I think it's going to be the opposite here. I think this is actually going to show Stag Knight, yes, we'll get through the waves quicker, but it'll take him longer to down the Fire Knight. So anyway, I'm going to pause it again, and I will... Okay, we're getting toward the end here. And, I mean, he's still got some pretty good health left. I feel like it's actually going to be right around the same thing as far as 3 minutes go. So, in a way, Stag Knight's a lot cheaper to invest in. For dungeons, maybe he's better. Well, there we go, actually. Wow. Okay, so Stag Knight in both dungeons actually did better than Tomb Lord. Okay. I think that's all about the cooldowns. And he did more damage here too, so obviously I don't even have any crit on this guy. This guy's damage multipliers are actually higher than what Tomb Lords are, because I've got 125% crit or something stupid on Tomb Lord, and like 40% crit on him, and he did about 150,000 more damage. And the other good thing is his decreased attack and decreased defense gets you through the waves a lot quicker. So basically, he's going to cut dungeon times versus Tomb Lord of 20 to 30 seconds, because I didn't change anything besides Tomb Lord and him in this, and that's it. And they are going to provide similar utility in dungeons. So I guess at the end of the day, my opinion has to be, let's lower Tomb Lord's cooldowns. I want Polarium to do that, so I'll keep advocating for that if they do any more rebalancing. Lower Tomb Lord's cooldowns, make him better again. We've had several champions they've reworked 2 or 3 times. I'd like them to rework Tomb Lord and lower his cooldowns right now, and actually potentially increase the poisons as well. So lower the cooldowns and increase the poisons he's placing as far as how long they last, and even the ability that does the AoE decreased defense and decreased attack, it needs to be an actual attack as well. That's going to be it. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back very soon with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Cheers.